Farewell tours. They're not always fun. They're not always great to watch, but they're always here for us to watch. And yes, part of me wanted to mention all of the great bands that had their farewell tours, or that were supposed to have farewell tours that really didn't. Singer and songwriter Elton John, the Doobie Brothers, going back all the way to like 1968. I think it was Cream. Yeah, and I'm gonna preemptively say that yes, I did look up a full list of bands that had farewell tours that really didn't end it. And this all awkwardly goes into how Kirk Cousins is ending his time in Minnesota. Now, I understand that this is not him choosing this. I know that the Vikings really have done their homework on this 2023 NFL quarterback draft class, and I understand that Kirk Cousins, even according to multiple reports, has offered them a cheaper alternative. He said, he would take less money to be able to get more guaranteed money or more years down the road and all that, blah, 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 blah. And I want to also make sure that I put it out there that I love Kirk Cousins. I think that he's really come into himself as a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. But we have to ask ourselves the hard question is this Kirk Cousins farewell tour in Minnesota? I definitely think that it's trending toward that way. And I want to make sure that I put the love out there first. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's played over the last 5 years for the Vikings, hasn't missed a snap. I'm going to knock on wood. Because honestly, he has been one of those quarterbacks that, it didn't start out pretty, but it has progressively gotten better and better and better with the Vikings. And, last year, if you really take a look at what was the problem with the Vikings, it really was the defense. It was the fact that they were not able to get off the field. Kirk Cousins and the offense were often in bad spots, and even in the playoff game, like the defense couldn't stop a runny nose. And so now the question with Kirk Cousins potentially, finishing out his year there in Minnesota, it's kind of like it's kind of a bad way to end it. But I mean, it kind of makes some sense if you consider the fact that obviously Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell did not sign him. Yes, they re-signed him last year, but at the end of the day, they got to bring in their quarterback of the future. Kirk Cousins is getting up there. I definitely think he's going to be a guy that does find a team next year, but I think it's a question we have to ask ourselves and be honest about. I think this could be Kirk Cousins last year in Minnesota. Again, I do want to put out the love out there, but again, all good things must come to an end. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I'll say it. And again, I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section talking about how he never won the Super Bowl, never won multiple playoff games. It's so hard to win in the NFL, and I'm not making excuses for him, but I mean, ever since he came in with his minivan and his loafers and being that kind of a guy, we kind of knew what we were getting. But I do got to say it, this last year I really felt like he came into his own, with the Kirko chains outlook and all that stuff. But again, I think we have to look at the harsh reality of what we're seeing, and this could be the very last year in Minnesota for Kirk Cousins, unfortunately. So again, I do think it points to the Vikings, and of course, it's no surprise, it's no shock that all of the PFF and NFL.com analysts have been, mocking a quarterback to the Vikings, or have them trading up for a quarterback. So I think that's kind of the final nail in the coffin, is that, hey, they're going to draft a quarterback. They're going to have Kirk Cousins play out his final year in Minnesota, and then they're going to go from there. But let us know what you guys think. Is this Kirk Cousins' final farewell tour or farewell tour in Minnesota? Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten from you all. You guys are all truly awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about if this is Kirk Cousins' farewell tour with the Minnesota Vikings.